Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Wow-Ray-Ain. Today we have with us again dr.m.javed. He is the Associate Professor at Services Institute of Medical Sciences. We had a very fruitful discussion with him about many different questions that trigger us in the last episode. This time around, a concept which is very popular is also part of the pop culture, so as to say, forgiveness. Uh, there is a notion that forgiveness can be toxic. Dr. Sahab, how would you respond to that?
Forgiveness can be toxic to the sinful or the sinner if he is not repenting and you are continuously forgiving him. But sometimes, like a mother, she is continuously forgiving her child at his different mistakes repeatedly with the hope that one day he will grow up.
Right.
He will learn that this is right, this is wrong, and this is bad even for himself. Similarly, Lord also forgive us continuously. I would say at every second of our life. We are ignorant, and they say ignorance is a blessing, but ignorance from the Lord and from His wrath or from His laws is not a blessing. People usually argue with me, why should we forgive? Why to forgive? And I never force them to forgive. It is willingly. Otherwise, it will be toxic for them as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay? And they are forgiving in the hope or in expectation that the other person will now behave or will compensate. But usually people don't. So that may be more toxic for them, and next time they will not listen to me. That's why I leave it open-ended. I am just giving them a suggestion that if you are forgiving, if you let go, it will decrease your own burden. It will decrease and ease out your own pain. And it will give you a positive strength of forgiving your oppressor or your enemy, whatever word you say, whichever way they have harmed them. But at the end of the day, it will give you a positive sense of pride, and that way it will not be toxic. But all the things, even the positive attributes or positive steps, they do have their plus and minuses, they do have their effects and side effects. So, but we have to look at the brighter side of the life. And the important part, like we all take medicines, we all know every medicine, whether it is from homeopathy or allopathy or whatever way of treatment is, it does have its side effects, but we use them for their own effect. We are more concerned about the effect.
Yes.
So we use them for their main effect, and we are cautious about their side effects. Similarly, forgiveness can be toxic. It is its side effect. The other person may take it for granted every time, each time. But this is all learning process, both ways. And till we are not zero, till we surrender wholeheartedly to our Lord, we do get its toxic effects as well. But once you surrender to Him, wholeheartedly, then there is no toxicity.
Okay. So, do you think, and there's a popular belief that forgiveness hampers justice? If you forgive someone, then you are not, the person who's erred is not going to receive justice because of your forgiveness. You are freeing them of that justice.
No. This is short-sightedness. Basically, forgiveness is at that time when you have a full hold on the situation, or you are able to punish the other person or take your revenge. But at that time, if you forgive him, like Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam at the time of conquest of Makkah, he could have easily killed all of them or punished them badly, but he forgave all of them, apart from few, and he forgave the worst of his enemies. So, for me, he is torchbearer of my life. He is the ideal I try to follow in my daily life, some or the other. So, as a political analyst, you people can say that if he punished few of those at that time, or killed few of those at that time, the Karbala might have not happened. Or instead of kicking out Marwan bin al-Hakam from Medina Munawwara, if Hazrat Usman Ghani, he forgave him, he allowed him to come back into the Prophet's mosque inside the Medina Munawwara, and that man played his dirty role later on. But that is his role. That is his part. The people who opt for Iblis or Shaitan, they have to continue the same process and their, you can say, their duty. If you are a party to Allah, or you are friend to Allah, or you want to be part of the Prophet's party, you have to follow his footsteps. So, yes, forgiveness do have its own cost. Sometimes it's very heavy, maybe immediate or later on. But if you are doing it for Allah, it is Allah who will compensate it for you. If you even leave your right just to avoid the nonsense or turbulence or chaos and fasad, and your intention is only to avoid the fasad for the sake of Allah, then it is a ihsan on Allah, not that person. And Allah's own rule is that ihsan will be compensated with the ihsan. So Allah will reward you even here and there.
So if you forgive for the sake of Allah, does that mean that the FIR against that person has been removed, or will that still be pursued on the higher level in Allah's system? It's still there and it will take its course, or does that mean that he has been acquitted at all levels?
Yes, that is a separate question, because a separate situation. You are a party to that man. At the same time, he is doing nonsense in the universe of Allah. He is also at the same time culprit in front of Allah. So your side, the FIR from your side will be removed if you wholeheartedly even prayed for that man. My request is to pray for them as well. Not only forgive, you just pray for them wholeheartedly for blessings, bounty and everything. So at least your heart should be cleaned. Rest is up to Allah, and Allah's own laws are very strict, but still His forgiveness or His blessings and His graciousness or His benevolence is lot more than his death. So I don't know, at the end of the day, he will forgive all of them, or he may punish someone, or certain people, or certain creatures for a certain period of time and then forgive them till they realize their fault.
Does that mean that Satan has a chance of forgiveness?
This is between him and Allah. He is also a creature, and Allah loves his creation more than 70 times, or more. So he is one of the creatures. So this is not our domain.
But it's a possibility.
Allah may not forgive him, but till he repents. It is the repentance Allah wants, and realization. The whole exercise is to recognize Allah, to appreciate, to realize Allah in your own capacity. So if you know the truth and you are continuously ignoring it or refuting it, then you have to pay the price.
So the original sin, what we believe that Hazrat Adam alayhi salam deviated from certain orders of Allah Ta'ala, and as a response to that, as a punishment to that, he was sent on this planet, this earth, and as a consequence. Also, it was not a punishment.
I would say not a punishment, I would say a consequence. Okay. Because Allah told them clearly, don't do this. So the whole Jannah was in front of them, and according to the scripture, it was a tree. So there are billions of trees. That was only one forbidden tree. So why Allah was telling them don't go nearby this? Why you are advising your young kid that don't touch the fire?
It's harmful for them.
Whole home belongs to him, but you don't want your kid to come towards the electricity socket. So only you knows. Kid doesn't know. Why mom is not letting me put my finger into this electric socket? So, or he is just realizing that they all are operating on this gadget, but they are not letting me touch it. The day he touch it, or a hot pot or hot kettle, then he starts screaming, "Mama, Mama." So then it is not Mama who gave this burnt or electric shock. This is consequence.
True. Of this action.
Of that action. Because she knows that he doesn't know how to touch this socket. He doesn't know how to handle this cup of tea or whatever. So it is the consequence. Or you can say on a motorway police, they will charge you a heavy fine if you are crossing the speed limit. So it is not a punishment. It is a warning. Actually, they are trying you to help you out, to save you from the deadly consequences of your overspeeding. If you did a big accident and many people lost their lives just because of your overspeeding, carelessness, faulty vehicle, so it is the consequences. Punishment maybe if you are still alive, they may put you behind the bars as well, or the people may want you to be hanged if you killed their so many loved ones in the accident or rash driving or whatever. So it is the consequences we are still suffering.
Because we as a collective, humanity, we do kind of blame Adam for lending us here, don't we? We keep on saying that it was because of him that we are stuck on this planet, and we are suffering the consequences of his.
No, it is the consequence of that action. Although I know it was already in the plans of Allah, so in the broader sense, because even before that fault, even before the final presentation of Adam in front of all the other creatures, Allah told the angels on their inquiry that he will be Adam and he will be the king or the ruler on the planet Earth. So he already knows due to his own knowledge. So he knows that they will do this, and like many moms, they are telling their kids um, after the school, come back straight home or the college and don't go on any date. So I would say the first time it's the mom who's telling them date is something.
It is going to happen.
Everything, where to go, what is the date, how to go, and why it is forbidden, and or why I don't have to smoke or I don't have to go for drinks or whatever. So many of them, out of curiosity, just try these things. And many of my friends, they have this argument. I am just taking only 1 or 2 puffs or 1 or 2 pegs. I can manage it. It never overpowers me, and there is no harms from it. And I am using this or that thing in a minor quantity. It's for just its positive effects and not the side effects. I am avoiding it. I have a hold on it. You all have lots of excuses. So, but as a doctor, I know that it is harmful, and still many doctors are using it. So, this is the nature of humans. We all do.
You want to explore the forbidden.
Mistakes or falter many times in our lives. But after the fault, what we all want immediately, after suffering the consequences, after doing the mistake and started suffering the consequences, our immediate requirement is to be forgiven immediately, to avoid all those consequences or punishment or whatever. So I want forgiveness from my own self immediately. Similarly, others want same thing.
But I don't want to practice the same for the other person.
But I don't want, and that is not the true peaceful living.
That's true. So are there some crimes or human actions that there is absolute no forgiveness for?
Yeah, you have to be. You have to give the punishment, or you have to implement the laws, and the law should be. But at the same time, the law should be equal then for all of us. Then it has some sense.
True.
If it is there are loopholes for the powerful or for a certain group of people, then it is not a law. It's a mockery of law, and it is playing with the Lord's laws as well as rather ignoring His wrath.
So, is there a certain action or a certain thing that Allah clearly says that He will not forgive you for that? Is there a certain red line after which Allah does not forgive?
Yes, like shirk. Although at one place in the Quran He says, I will forgive everything. He can. He forgiven many mushrikeen. All the Muslims who were converted in the Prophet's days, on the hand of Prophet, they all were doing before that shirk, or they were going to that same Kaaba for idol worship or whatever. So, but Allah, for them Allah says that the message was not given to them clearly. They were not knowing the real truth. They were ignorant at that time. So, at least truth or haqq was presented to them once and repeatedly. So, all those who accepted it immediately, they have other ranks. And all those who started accepting that truth after the conquest of Makkah or after seeing many things, they have different ranks. They can never be equal.
They can never be equal. But he is very possessive of his beloved.
No doubt.
And you think that that's the red line?
He is possessive of everything. Everything is in his possession.
Yes. Do you think that, that is a line that he will not forgive if crossed?
No doubt about that. I have seen him in daily life. I am observing many patients. I know they did the blasphemy. Somehow or the other, I try to guide them. You cross this red line. And this is not only blasphemy of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. It is of his other beloveds, other loved one people, or although they have different ranks, and even your parents, any parents who are raising kids, who are passing through the parenthood or the motherhood, fatherhood, and they are doing it just for the sake of Allah, and we usually think that we are doing it out of love for our kids. Yes, it does have its own impact, but mainly getting married and having kids and then raising them from 9 to 5 or 24/7, you are trying to provide them a comfortable living. So this all is ibadah or a prayer. If you are doing it according to the laws, living within the boundaries of your Allah and Prophet, then this is whole a prayer, a ibadat. When you are trying to raise your family or helping out your family and your kids, so it's only Allah who will reward these people. So if kids are after certain age, after attaining their shaur or their adulthood, when they are in the clear knowledge of right or wrong, they do blasphemy to their parents. Saw them losing their mind, their psychological output as no more a balanced person. Different kind of psychological sicknesses, OCD, depression, anxiety, later on bipolar, schizophrenia. Sometimes it is consequence of oppression, emotional trauma, or extreme passion for something which is not in your grab or in your reach. You are so much focused on that you have only tunnel vision, and you lost your sense around, of the other things around you. So people will not take it normal. But most of the times, it is a minor punishment. You lose your senses, your balance. Once you are not thankful, you are not gracious to your elders, your real beneficiaries, or I would say जो जिन्होंने आपके जो मोहसिन होते हैं, उनको आप when you are ungrateful to them, I would say. Ungratefulness itself is a big sin. And on above, top of it, if you are misbehaving with them, you are ungrateful, at the same time you are misbehaving, or you are humiliating the persons who helped you in the past when you were nothing, even about your teacher, even about your any elder mentors, or your siblings maybe, or your near and dear ones, your blood relatives, particularly your parents and grandparents. And they all have higher status in you. They raised you. They help you how to walk. They help you how to hold a spoon. They told you, they guide you how to put a straight line, how to write, how to learn, how to speak, how to dress up, how to clean yourself. So, after learning all these things, you are humiliating or degrading them. That's ungrateful. And I found him very, very strict on this. The consequences of this act are not mild. I would say very, very grave consequences. And most of the people don't know it. Most of the people are ignorant, and they are running here and there to the fortune tellers that who did black magic on me, who did taweez on me, who put some kind of spell on me. No, it is their own black act. It is their own black act which is taking them into more and more darkness, because they humiliated the previous torchbearers. They misbehave with the light of their life and the source of that light and their helpers. So that's why they are into the darkness until they realize the value of light. They have to suffer the darkness, and that ignorance is not blessing. That ignorance is a punishment for them. And the same person, the same elder, the same parents, if he or she pray for them wholeheartedly, जिस तरह उसकी आह निकली थी, उसकी दुआ निकल जाए, it can change the scenario.
So if someone is, you've already given a part of the answer to my question that was coming into my mind, is if someone is stuck in that impossible situation where they're not being forgiven, what is the best way of, breaking the wrath?
Or getting out of that.
Or getting out of that box, yes. So, especially if the people in concern are not alive anymore.
So, right at start, you were concerned about toxicity of forgiveness.
Yes.
And you were saying why to forgive, and forgiveness is toxic and it may harm the course of justice and it will spoil the naughty people more. And now you are more concerned about to be forgiven as soon as possible and how to get rid of the tricky situation.
Yes.
Or dead ends.
Yes.
So you need a forgiveness.
Yes.
Even if it is hypothetical, it just shook you. I can say, after realizing your past, your
actions, not very bright past.
Yes, particularly teenhood.
Oh yes.
So
the turbulent years.
And suddenly you know that your parents are not around, and you did a lot of.
I just want to make sure I'm forgiven.
Yes, which we all do. Do, and must have did in our past. And our parents are gracious, and they are tolerant and caring and loving, forgiving. You name it, and everything is there in your parents.
True.
So suddenly you realize that I must have did, and you must have done. So
because my children are not half of what I was as a teenager, and I know how I deal with them. So my parents definitely had the patience of a saint to be, not have thrown me out of their house completely.
No, but I have seen your life and your kids and your families, mashallah. So I don't think so. did any big blasphemy to them or misbehave with them.
That's
Otherwise,
a
you must
relief.
have been in the consequences.
That's a relief.
So that's why you have loving kids and obedient kids. So the thing is, coming back to your question,
Yes.
that if that person is no more there in this
Yes.
world, how to be forgiven
Yes.
or break that curse or that cycle.
Toxic cycle.
Yes. Charity.
Okay.
You forgive to be forgiven.
Okay.
Okay? You forgive others. You keep on now forgiving others
Okay.
for and by praying for them, and at the same time earn good deeds. Try to be nice to others. Try to be helping to others. Feed the hungry ones. Quench the thirst of the thirsty with whatever knowledge you have. If it is a thirst of knowledge, if it is a thirst of water, and let people eat or drink or wear whatever you yourself want to eat, drink or wear. Take them at equal level and help them in the way that their ego should not be hurt, their self-esteem should not be hurt. Give them help as a gift
In a respectful fashion.
in a respectful fashion, and in whatever way you can afford or you can easily do it. And then say to Allah that whatever blessings I have earned from here, give those blessings to those whom I have ever hurt, who are no more in this world. And if they are hurt from me, particularly your parents or your elders or teachers, we were nasty to our many teachers in the past, who were very loving to us, who were really taking care for us. They are leaving their homes maybe for 6-8 hours just to teach us.
We tend to dehumanize people.
Yes. So you earn those good deeds and tell Allah that send all these blessings to those one as a compensation.
Okay.
To those people whom I have ever hurt and whom I cannot now meet or cannot ask for forgiveness. So, oh Allah, please give this as a compensation to them.
Okay.
And the day the compensation is complete, you will be out of that circle.
Wow. I think this is a major groundbreaking thing that you've just said, and I hope that it helps a lot of people to come out of that cycle.
Yes.
So, on another note, can you hold other people's forgiveness to blackmail them to forgive you as well? Can you do the high-handedness? That okay, I'll forgive you, sure, but you forgive me first, let's cancel the curses.
Everyone his own way of doing things. But I never found Prophet in this situation. So, for me, he is a role model.
The Prophet does have naughty ummatis, all over the place. Creating mischief.
Yes, but
taking counsel from Shaitan, I would say this idea was originating from there.
and this is not only from my side. It is very well written thrice in the Quran that good or bad deeds can never be equal. But for any bad act, you do good to the other, and one day he will be your friend.
Okay.
That is one way he is telling us.
Yes.
So, because this software is deep inside everybody.
Yes.
So, I think we should do it.
So forgiveness, as a doctor, have you seen forgiveness having physical after effects on people?
Yes, on the autoimmune diseases.
Okay.
No, especially, particularly, this remedy of this ultimate remedy, we call it the Surah Rahman, the listening of Surah Rahman, the recitation from Quran, in the voice of Qari Abdul Basit Abdul Samad 3 times a day for 7 days with closed eyes and full concentration. Just submit yourself to Allah. At the same time, I say them to clean your hearts, forgive all of them, and you can say it is icing on the cake. It speeds up the process. It speeds up and very rapid results. I have seen marvelous results on many people. Many examples are there, particularly in autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis or systemic lupus erythematosus, systemic sclerosis. We don't have cure in allopathy. All we have to do is we give them steroids, immunosuppressants, disease-modifying certain agents. Now new drugs also came, but no cure. So they have to take those medicines with all their side effects for years and years and years. And at the same time, their disease is going on with deadly consequences and crippling diseases. All I have to tell them is forgive your own blood relatives, all the autoimmune sufferers. You are not forgiving your own blood relatives, maybe your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, so your loved ones, but you are deep down hurt by them, particularly in teenage. They are very sensitive. Kids are very sensitive. Actually, someone was telling me his story. I would say this self-prestige and interesting. You may take it a bit irrelevant, but it's very much relevant. One of my friend is having a big farmhouse, and he's doing agriculture. I was visiting him, and he has big ox. I would say as a fancy, he has one couple over there. Otherwise, he has tractors and everything. So he told me the one of them was sitting alone, and I thought it's sick, a huge ox. So he said, "Oh, you are here. May I go for Surah Rahman?" He was just teasing me. This ox, I went to the many vets, everything, but he is not getting fine. He is not eating, and for the last few days, I'm really concerned about his health. And 2-3 vets have visited, and they said we found nothing wrong in him. So he is somewhat depressed. Where he used the word. He asked me, "Do you think the animals also do get depressed or happy?" So I said yes, they do get. He was just laughing like you and said, "Oh, okay, doctor, I've now prescribed. May I give him Prozac or Alp or everything?" I said no. I have noticed a few servants working over there. I said, "Who is taking care of this man? And who is feeding him or whatever? Did you scold him?" He said, "No, I didn't scold him, but let me check." He called them, and the person who was taking care of that couple He was there. I said, okay, go and feed him. He said, ये नहीं खाता. मैं कहा नहीं, तुम डालो उसको मेरे सामने से आगे चारा रखो. He went over there, and I particularly noticed that the other one started eating. But that, particularly when he got nearby him, he just put his face on the other side. I just started scolding that man, and just in a mockery, I said, "You are the nonsense." And it was 3-4 hits I gave him. Ox was looking. And I said, you must have teased him, and you must have hit him someday, badly or something. Then he started laughing, and he said, yes, I was giving them, in Punjabi they say it khurli, जिसमें वो उन्हें खाना डालते हैं.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यार.
आप लोगों की तो प्लेट होती है, उसमें आप खाते हैं डिश. जानवरों के खाने के लिए जो चीज़ बनाई होती है उसे खुरली कहते हैं. वो उन दोनों के लिए जो फीडिंग एरिया था, in the feeding area. He said I was putting the fodder or whatever they have to eat that day. So he is so quick. He is not letting me put the things in, and at the same time he is hitting the next one.
Okay.
So I that day in anger, I hit his nose. Okay. And yes, it was a very forceful blow, and I was angry. I was myself. Now he was having many excuses and explanations, and he was trying to tell me that I hit him just to teach him a lesson or to discipline him or whatever. I just put my hand. I just loved him 2-3 times, and asked him, okay, go and ask him now. He will eat. I don't know. It is still a debate between me and my friend. That because he's not believing me for my ultimate remedy or whatever I am offering. A frank friend of mine from childhood. So his excuse is something different, his explanation is something different. But the same person, he himself saw over there, all of us saw over there. Now he just offered the same food to that ox. He stood up and like an angry kid, like he's now fine with the thing, but still he is not
showing a bit
attitude. But he starts eating.
Wow.
Okay, the same servant, he had tears in his eyes now. He started loving him. He said, I never realized that he is angry with me. And वो पंजाबी में से ये रुस्या था सी, ठीक है. अच्छा, everything was happening in front of our eyes, and that man, he was weeping, and the ox was weeping.
Oh my God.
Okay. And then he starts like doing his head and ears, like he was shaking these things, and he starts rubbing his head in front on his hand or whatever. So it was a reunion. Okay, but my friend, since that day, he still says, no, it was not that thing. It is the real treatment, actual treatment you gave, which we all are used to, so our oxen also are used to. It was the bashing you gave to that servant, so he got terrified. That Thanedar Sahab, the policeman came, and he will hit me the same, it's better to take the food. So his explanation is this thing. So he says this is the explanation. He got terrified from you, and he said you will hit him as well, so it is better to take the food.
So he agreed to the food.
So he says this is explanation. But this is on the lighter note.
That's amazing, and I think another lesson that I would take from this is that even people, humans who look, sturdy and strong like an ox, should not be just taken at face value. They do have feelings, and you should not just take someone at their, front and think, oh, he can deal with whatever I say to him or deal with him. So people similarly have feelings as well, and no matter how strong or rough they might look.
I would rather take this opportunity to warn the parents and the elders. The kids do have their self-prestige and their ego too much, and this such emotional traumas. They are living with it for years and years, and their mind is stuck at that point. And most of them now, maybe at the age of 25 plus or 30, they say, yes, now today I forgive my mom or father or brother for hitting me that day. I was not at fault, and since that day I never felt like talking to mom like in the same way, or the father, or like this. So they, although it's childish, but still their feelings are there, and they have their own self-respect or self-esteem or expectations. It is the expectations which basically hurt us. Always expect only from your Allah for all your good deeds, and never expect from anyone else.
These values have changed over the decade. I think with your parents, just an eye, just a look should have been enough, and whether they beat you or not, you're not supposed to take offense. And when you became a parent, I think it changed greatly, the relationship between you and your children, and how much they can tolerate. My children, when we are in the car, they tell me, they give me a disclaimer that wherever we are going, please do not discuss us. They give me a warning that please don't discuss us. You have other things to talk about, please don't discuss. Even the things you find cute, please don't discuss them. So they to warn me very clearly, and I have to abide by the rules, otherwise they will not go with me the next time.
They are basically, they don't want to come into limelight sometimes.
Yes.
They are feeling embarrassed.
Yes.
Even if you are talking in a good way.
Yeah.
It is common for the parents, and particularly moms, to exaggerate the things
Oh,
for their own
oh my
kids.
God, now they stop you in the middle. No, I did not say this. The full stop was here and not there.
They are more near to nature, and they are more near to justice. So they will immediately feel embarrassed that why she's faking the things, and why she is making the things, and why she is creating mole out of hill. Okay?
Exactly.
So that's why they are feeling embarrassed, that why she is trying to glamorize me.
Yes.
And this is for their own peaceful mind, it is disturbing. They love justice. This is a basic human attribute, which in the later life, due to different attractions and distractions from, I would say, shaitan or our nerves, we stop being innocent or justful or righteous. We became oppressors or grabbers or bullies. So that is not true self. That is not our own true self.
We lose our connection to the
divinity. It is our own lust. I would say one of the, I can tell you, if you don't have, you are from a humble family, or you are from a poor family or a poor background, you don't have enough money, you don't have popularity or shuhrat, you don't have much of respect in the society, like you are not a celebrity or a VIP, आपके पास शोहरत नहीं है, इज्जत नहीं है, दौलत नहीं है, ताकत नहीं है, ठीक है, you don't have power, so you are poor and you don't have much of knowledge. So if you want all these things in your life, you want to be respectful, you want to be important, you want to be rich or content or rather a giving hand.
Yes.
You want to be powerful, influential, and you want to be famous. If you want all these things, according to Maulari, you stop doing only one thing and you start doing only one thing.
Oh.
Okay? For all these things, taqat, shuhrat, izzat, daulat, ilm, you start living according to your Lord, according to His rules. You just start taking care of your Lord, Lord's rules, Lord's wishes, Lord's love for you, Lord's rules for you. And you stop ignoring His rules. You stop bypassing His rules.
Okay.
You stop breaking His rules.
You become mindful of what the rules are
Are
you stop
for you
breaking
from
them.
your Lord only.
Okay.
Try to live only according to Him,
What He
according to His wishes for
asks
you,
for. Yes.
His laws for you,
His guidelines.
His guidelines, His rules. So you should be careful only about your Lord. Your first priority should be only your Lord.
Okay.
He should be your beloved.
Yes.
So like we are concerned about our mashook or our
Yeah.
beloved, that he or she should not be
Upset
angry
with us.
or upset, or there should be no breakup
hurt.
with him. I don't want to lose him or
Yeah.
her. So the same, you start taking care of this bond with your Creator. You will get all these things.
Everything will follow.
World will be
At
after
your feet.
you. World will be after you. If you are not doing this, you are running after the world.
Yes.
You are ignoring your Creator. You are ignoring your Lord, and you are running here and there to any other thing.
Yes.
You wear the joggers, you will keep on running,
Running.
and these things will never be in your reach.
Yes.
You may get them by unlawful ways, and somehow you might be rich by following some corrupt way, but you will lose the you will not be famous, but you will be notorious.
Yes.
Okay? You might be powerful, but at the same time people may hate
Will
you
hate
for
you,
your
yes.
power, and this power may put you someday into big trouble,
Yes.
or your own loved ones may be suffering
Yes.
from the same power. So if you get all these things in the purest way, in the better way, in the respectful way, you will get all these from your Lord, and the same world will run after you. They will put on the joggers and they are running behind.
They'll start pursuing you.
Yes, they will start pursuing you.
So if you kind of, focus on Allah enough, and if you find some proximity, I don't think the rest of the things will start. They will even matter whether they are there or not. You'll be so engrossed in that
Yes,
one point.
yes, but still he has to keep on the drama till the last breath. So, because it is all his veils.
Yes.
So he will give you all these attractions and
Distraction?
distractions.
Oh, okay.
So it is up to you. This all will come to you.
Okay.
And it is up to you that you are furthermore humble and furthermore humble to him, and you are more attracted to him, or you go for these distractions. And many of us falter. So for
It's a slippery path.
For beauty, for fame, for power, for riches.
But for some,
These
he
are all
does.
distractions.
For some, he does activate the auto chitta therapy.
No, this is from him.
Yes.
He has this thing even for his own loved ones.
Yeah.
He knows that he made us by default. We
Of
are like
course.
that.
Yes.
So he knows these all things are within us, and he himself is saying in Quran that he made us with certain deficiencies, you can say, or loopholes, or
some weaknesses.
We have some weaknesses, and he knows this.
Yes.
And he is telling it in Quran. So he do keep these things in mind while evaluating us,
Yes.
while playing with us. He knows this, that he himself says that whole of the universe refused to take that responsibility of governing this earth or ruling this earth.
Wow.
Okay, but the human says no problem. So, because he wants them,
Very
don't go
questionable
near
IQ.
this. Don't go near this
Yeah.
door.
Yes. Yes.
You will be. There is nothing after this
After
door.
this
You have to
door.
fall down
Yes.
on the earth. So they opened the
They
door.
happily went.
They reached over here. So okay, now carry on.
Now live till he wants us to live like that. So when you forgive someone, is it important for you to love them after that as well?
You have to love your Allah. Once you love your Allah, once you love your Creator, whosoever is your beloved, you love his each and everything.
Yes.
So I adore the shoes of my beloved. I adore the everything of my beloved.
Okay. So
If it is love.
if it is love.
So when you are doing it in love, so if you are in love with the Creator, you will definitely love His creation. So once you start realizing your own self, that I am a creator or a creation, the moment you realize that I am just mere a creation, and all others are also creations, and they are nothing but my photocopy or my mirror image.
Yes.
So why I am hating my mirror image? All these things are inside me as well.
Okay.
He might have slipped for money.
Yes.
I slipped for the fame.
Yes.
She slipped for the fame. So we all slipped.
Like the phrase that sinners judging other sinners for sinning differently.
Yes. Do not hate the sinners. Hate the sin.
Hate the sin. So, but if someone has caused you great harm and they have the capability of repeating that behavior, after forgiving them, do you still need to have a normal contact or meet them or act like nothing has happened, or you can
Don't
keep
force yourself.
barriers?
Don't force yourself. You forgive them from your heart, and by just saying that I have forgiven them, and now Allah give more blessings to them, this is just the first step. Till your heart is fully softened from them, and you started radiating love, because by doing this you will get some love in return from Allah, special love from Allah, and you will realize after some time, oh, that is from my Allah, and He is taking me specially for that act of forgiveness to that Creator. So that creation, which was my oppressor or my teaser, he is now a blessing for me. In fact,
Wow. That's
okay,
a beautiful
he is a source of blessing for me. So now my soft heart and my humbleness towards my Lord will make for you it's easier now to contact that man or that person again, and you will not have bitter memories anymore. Although the humans are like that, that he or she may bite you again.
Yeah, exactly.
So you should be careful,
Okay.
because you know that at this point it's his weakness.
Yeah.
This person is having a weak personality in this sphere of life. Maybe it's a matter of money, or a matter of girls, or a matter of anything. So take care. Take care that you should not get harm again from him. Do not expect from him generosity or suddenly priesthood. Take careful, but keep on doing interaction with them happily. Uh, so you may groom them.
Okay.
They may learn it from you.
Okay. So if someone has come you with a freshly slit open wound, how, and you know, like, you know, in all your years of practicing and telling about the Wow-Ray-Ain therapy, the important role of forgiveness in it, you know that this wound will magically disappear if this person comes around to forgiveness, you know, or submits to or surrenders to Allah's will in the form of forgiveness. How do you reach them in a sensitized way as to you acknowledge their pain as well, but then you kind of divert them towards forgiveness as well? How do you, like in an emergency situation, how do you tackle a patient of such pain?
I offer them the same remedy. Close your eyes, go in front of your Lord. He is the healer, not me or any other doctor. We are just trying to help you out. We'll try to ease your pain, stitch your wound, but the ultimate healing will be from the healer. So they all realize it. From whichever faith they have, they know we have a creator.
Yes.
Whatever the name they call it, we all have same creator. So they close their eyes usually. They are listening to me. Their heart starts listening to me. They are already in pain.
Yes.
They are seeing the doctor is doing at the same time surgery or giving me painkiller or injection or whatever, and he is really concerned for me and he is taking care of those wounds as well, or with taking all the risks that from his blood or from his secretions or from his coughing, I might catch the same wound or same deadly infection or disease or whatever, which I did in the past. So all the doctors are at risk, but out of all the paramedics, all the doctors, out of the courtesy, out of the empathy, they are helping those humans. So humans do realize this thing and they do listen. If I say them, okay, close your eyes and just feel your Lord. He is well within yourself. He is well within your breaths, your heartbeats, in every cell of your body. So they start thinking. That's a mental suggestion you can say. Because disease is starting from here.
Your thoughts.
Always it starts from here. Then with the passage of time it reflects in different ways, in different personalities and different things. So once they are deep within themselves and they start realizing their closeness, rather the closeness of their Lord. Once they realize, yes, He is listening, He is all the time listening, He is very near to me, He is even in my breath, and He is listening to my thoughts even. So they have to clean their thoughts. And at that time I say them, clean your thoughts, clean your heart, forgive all the people. Many of them say, many of them, especially accident cases, many of them sometimes suddenly open the eyes and say, Dr. Sahib, it was not my fault, but I forgive him or her right now. Okay, doctor, I forgive him. How is she or he? Okay, so many of them. So some says, no, they killed my child, or they killed, you want me to forgive even that driver or that person?
Yeah.
I say, no, I am not saying like this. You forgive someone else as well. You might be right over here, but you might be wrong somewhere else.
True.
So you just forgive so that you can be forgiven easily. This is just another, you can say, trick or hikmat.
Yes.
This is hikmat. That these are Allah's rules. He says that Hal jaza il ihsan illa al ihsan. So if he or she is forgiving for the sake of Allah, so Allah will do something for their sake as well. Definitely will say. And Allah's act will be 70 times more powerful than
That
our
will be
deeds.
according to His will.
According to His will. So he or she will be surprised that how this wound gets healed so easily, how this deadly disease vanished away, how this incurable disease
got cured. So, forgiveness, although feels like a very self-sacrificial thing, like you are sacrificing your pain, your hurt, and you might not be acknowledging the bad that has happened to you. But according to what you've seen and the results that you have, the payback is huge as comparison to the little bit of self-sacrificial element in that.
I would not say self-sacrificial. Your right to take the revenge. You surrender your right to take the revenge, and you go for a higher deed of forgiveness, and further higher deed if you are doing it for Allah, who's all seeing, all knowing, all listening. But this is our belief. So we are believing whom we have never seen.
True.
With these eyes, in this present world, in this present life, we are just believing that our Creator is there, and He will be happy if we forgive or surrender our right to take revenge just to avoid the chaos. Further chaos. And once we are doing this for Him, immediate benefit is a peaceful feeling, a peace within our own selves, and a heavenly feel of achieving something big. A great feeling of link with the greatest.
Okay. Self-satisfaction, you can say, in a certain way.
You can say it is even more than self-satisfaction. You suddenly feel yourself VVIP, that you are linked to such a big, great creator, and in a positive way. At the same time, the same other creation did the wrong thing. So you are a good kid. So you might notice that if you found your kids fighting each other, and you just stopped them and try to be just judge sahab over there, or referee over there, or judge over there, and one of them you found a total fault, but the other one, out of nobility, says, okay, I forgive him.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
You will see now the both of them, which kind of attitude or behavior they are exhibiting at that time.
And my sympathies will very quickly go to the other
your
side.
sympathies, your love, and you will be proud of him more.
Yes.
That, oh, she's grown up, he's grown up, and they are so helping for me as well. And you will be and that kid will be having a special feeling of
achievement,
of special bond with you as compared to the other one.
To the other one, yes, of course.
So you will immediately get that feeling. Rest is up to Allah, and many of them, they get cured from such a deadly diseases. For those diseases, we don't have cure. We don't have any quick remedy for them. So that is all divine, and that's divine connection, which we immediately develops, and then it is up to you to make it further strengthen it, or to make it more closer or more fast, or
it does bring you peace.
Yes, it does bring you peace.
I remember when I practiced this for the first time, I did not even realize that a child from my kindergarten who had broken my foot ruler, I was still holding on to him.
Yes.
So when I started forgive, Zishan, Aslam, what? You still there? I'm still holding on to you.
Yes.
It felt like I had taken off 50 tons of stones which were strapped to my back, and I was living my daily life with that burden, that invisible burden, but it was still pushing me down. When I forgave, all of that went away within a second. And I was quite ashamed of myself for holding on to the Shah Aslam for 40 good years.
Yes. Because it is not your age that, okay, it was only a foot ruler.
Yes.
No, it was your feelings.
Yes.
And those feelings which that time you were having by your own foot ruler, and he broke it.
Yes.
So it was the hurt.
Yes.
It was the pain you felt at
Yes.
that time. And he might have did this like just a small act.
It was not
or
in
just a teasing or
Yes.
bullying or just to show his power. So, but at that time, you get hurt, and that hurt was deep within yourself, and your FIR was still against him. And now Allah wants him. He may be. The magic thing is, I will tell you that by my own experience, I have learned this. That if you, after 30 years, realize certainly that, oh my God, I am keeping this thing inside my memory or my heart. That day, that particular man, actually, he got some blessing from Allah for his any good act or deed. So suddenly Allah reminded him his high-handedness of 30 years back. So while sitting anywhere in the universe or in the corner of earth, he suddenly realized, oh, I was so much naughty kid in my school days, and I broke Vara's foot ruler. She was very hurt. Oh my God, I hurt her feelings. I should not have done this. And I was always like this, and still I am like this, and why I did like, or maybe one of his kids came to him, and he said, one of my class fellows, he broke my foot, and he suddenly realized, oh my God, and my kid, now he is trying to console his kid, but kid is badly hurt. So suddenly he realized, the moment he realized, and he get repentance inside, immediately you remembered that thing, those signals, your digital or your spiritual footprint is in his memory. So the moment he recalled that spiritual footprint, his feelings came to you, and you suddenly remembered that incident. But now you are grown up, you were just laughing, and you said, oh, Zishan, I forgave you, no problem. Wow, I'm so dirty of myself. You are not cursing your own self. I am holding such a knot. So immediately you get cured. This is how Allah equalizing things on this present.
That's such a beautiful, flawless system.
This is flawless
spellbound.
system.
This is wow.
So before leaving this world, and this is my wishful thinking, or this is my rather very strong belief, that all the humans, whatever they did with one another, it will be balanced before leaving this world.
Okay? It will all be equalized.
It will be equalized. Rest is up to between me and Allah. And that day Allah will decide on those things. And he is green. Already he is green. ठीक है? So it will be like suddenly surprise package. Especially when Prophet will say him. So Allah is already praising him. Although at the start of scripture he says, all praises are for me. But it is he himself says, I am praising him. And you all also praise for him. So why?
There couldn't be a bigger admission of love, could there
Yes.
be?
Why he is saying this? Because he's in love with it.
He's in love. So true.
So
true.
in so much love,
Yes.
he starts praising him even in the scripture.
Beautiful.
I am seeing you at the highest pedestal of the good deeds. So
And he's establishing his magnanimity first as well.
yes,
And then he goes to say that how much he loves him.
he loves him.
And that puts way more weight to his, him as a person than to the Prophet.
Yes.
And when you see a child mimicking something that you have done, आपको उस पे एक लाड सा आ जाता है, एक प्यार आ जाता है कि how cute, look, he's trying to copy that. So if we try to copy our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his tray of forgiveness, मतलब जो उनको लाड आएगा, मैं तो वही that is such a I don't have words for that feeling to think कि वो
You see, Cream
लाड
and
से-
Rahim are his special attributes. Cream is entity who get holds of you, and after getting hold of you, it forgives you.
Lets you go.
That's Cream.
Wow.
So, Rahim is who is taking care of the oppressed,
Yes.
who is taking care of the minor ones or the weaker ones
Yes.
or the oppressed ones.
Yes.
And these are his special attributes. Anyone who has no one in this world on his side,
Yes.
he is the oppressed one person, he will still have his Lord on his side.
Yes.
He never leaves them.
He never leaves you.
So it is special, his special attribute. And who is more stronger than him? If he wants to get hold of anyone, no one can
Absolutely.
have any power against him.
Absolutely.
So even having so much power, he is still Cream to
Still so
let go us or let loose us.
इससे माँ आँख बंद कर लेती है.
So Cream and Rahim, he is himself calling Prophet.
Wow. Wow.
He starts calling him Cream and Rahim.
He's giving his own attribute.
Own
to him.
attribute to him. He is calling him Cream and
Wow.
Rahim.
Wow.
In his own magnanimity, he is Al Kareem, Al Rahim. There are many other angles to
Yes.
think. But at least in the humanly sphere on this planet, he called him Kareem and Rahim.
So he's his true ambassador.
Yeah, he is a true reflection.
Yes.
So he is because they might be angry with me, so I have to be careful with the words. But you can say on this earth, his true mirror image.
True.
Although he has no image.
Although he
But-
has no. But he does say that I create your faces on my.
Yeah. So he's the best. He's Asif Takni. He's the best.
On this beautiful note, and with all these benefits of forgiveness, the new dimensions that we have of how to tackle this, of what kind of rewards that it has, despite the initial difficult stage that we might be experiencing, I would like to conclude here that forgiveness basically is humanizing those who made us felt dehumanized at some point in our life, and serving that purpose for the sake of Allah can change your life for sure. With another episode on another topic with hopefully more answers for you and some new questions, this is Vara Haider signing off. Love and light always.